And here we are. So as I said, final round of 16 series in Sudden Disaster 2. Nikov is playing as the Jurchens. We've got Classicpro playing as the Chinese. Guys, if there was a player who I think is consistently underrated in our scene, I think Classicpro might be at the top of the list. He is so freaking solid. With one or two different results, like one more win and a couple sets over the last 2-3 years, I think people would look at him very, very differently. He's been very unlucky at times, very close to breaking through into maybe that top 10 conversation. He's very aggressive. He's very overall solid. I wonder, though, if he's going to have the patience that you sometimes need in Sudden Disaster 2. I think his aggression's great. Like, he normally gets ahead through being aggressive, as does Nikov. But it's like, there are some maps, maybe not this one, where you need to chill eventually. But Chinese, if you can get a smooth start, should be very good here. And so far, he's been able to get the timings right, push in the early Zebra on Skakuza. He's actually bringing villagers to the middle, so he might go for an early mill there too. Nikov has picked the Jurchens. And I said this earlier about Nikov. I think he's probably comfortable with me sharing this. Nikov, not only is he a high-level player, but he takes in this game like you guys do. He watches like every single set he can. He was away for a little bit, and then we talk a lot, and he was basically like, man, I missed a lot of good sets. He went back and he watched them all, just like a viewer would. I think that's super cool, and I think that's really helpful because he intakes a lot more information on top of whatever practice sets he plays, you know? So, considering the way the bracket looks, there's no Viper, there's no Vinchester, there's no Hera, there's no Leary. Either of these players didn't sign up or were knocked out. Nikov's had a really solid year. So this could potentially be one of the favorites right here in the blue to win the whole thing. What I don't like about Nikov's current position is he's just freely letting the Chinese take the hunt in the middle. But it's not like it's Mongols. Chinese need the smooth start. Classicpro has to still work pretty hard for that. The mill, and also pushing in the ostrich consistently. But Chinese are a really good civ on standard land map. And that is basically what you could describe this as. So, I eat fat hippos says, how many T90s would it take to beat one Nikov? Well, I'll have you know that it took one T90 to get a massive, massive, massive should win the game type of lead in a practice game. And then I lost anyways. So that is the worst brag ever. But I should have won if I wasn't an idiot. So maybe like 1.2. Actually, I got lucky that game. So let's say like 1.6. I hopefully wouldn't take multiple. Nah, I probably wasn't that far ahead, but it was maybe doable. Blubber biologist in chat says there's a massive iguana out back right now. Really? We've got an iguana out chat. Doug is back, guys. We don't really have that many iguanas where we live. Where we lived initially when we moved to Florida, there were iguanas everywhere. That's my fiance, if you don't know that already. And she says he's huge. Okay, all right. Can you take a photo? Take a photo, maybe? I can maybe show chat. It must be weird for most people that we just like casually encounter iguanas. Can I try and catch him? No, don't catch him. They have claws. I really don't want to trip to the emergency room. Please. Please don't do that. She's not obsessed with iguanas, guys, but she's like really, she's a big fan of snakes. We actually have a snake. It's a pretty small snake. I'm not a big snake guy. But if there's like a non-venomous snake somewhere, she always tries to catch it. And I'm like, I want nothing to do with it. Chat, stop being a bad influence. Stop being a bad influence. You've no idea how much damage these iguanas can do. No joke. They've got like big claws and spikes and stuff, man. Some of these things are crazy. All right. Why are you quoting the snake comment? Chat, stop. Look what you did. Oh, and now we have a pause right at this time. I can't even transition to talking about what's going to happen because we have a pause after I talked about snakes. All right, well, Thank you, Victor, for the resub. If anyone else wants to subscribe right now so I could talk about literally anything else, that'd be great. Hey, Supplies, thanks for the 5 gifted. Okay, we're back. Resources collected is actually really close. And Classic Pro will be frustrated. His scout gets caught out here. This is some nice damage for Nikov on that starting scout. They're both probably going to be going for scouts, but now Classic Pro can't even confirm that. Nikov hadn't scouted too much at all, and he'll be surprised to see the villagers in the middle there. Over time, Classic Pro is probably going to need to transition away from there. I don't think Nikov is going to allow him to hang out there for very long. But we'll see spears and we'll see scouts from Nikov. Let's see what type of damage he can do. We actually have militia from Classic Pro. I don't love the militia play, though, because he doesn't know exactly where he wants to target here. He doesn't know anything about Nikov's base. If Crocodile Dundee can catch a croc, she can catch an iguana. I guess that's true. And Nikov will actually use the spearmen to lame these zebras. These days, it doesn't do near as much because you can still take the animals, but I guess it does contribute a little bit. And archery range for Classic Pro. It's kind of a weird build-up for Classic Pro, though. Like, it seems a little shaky right now. Couldn't really tell, but like he had a spearman around, but then he wanted the spearman with his man-at-arms, and that's 2 villagers down right away. It's about to be 3. Say goodbye to the Chinese eco lead. Nikov's probably like, what? What in the world was that? And now again, Classic Pro, what's... Yikes, dude. Yeah, I mean, again, you got to leave the middle eventually, but that's 4 villagers. Okay, never mind, 3 villagers. Just kind of tossed away there. And now he'll show up to Nikov's base. Nikov, of course, saw the militia, so he knew this was going to happen. He sees the units running by, and he drops some houses, and he goes for the TC garrison, and the TC is going to nuke. Well, not really nuke, but it does some slight damage to the infantry there, but still could do some damage to Nikov. And he is ready to go here. Quick walls everywhere. Villagers mostly back to work. The scouts not really moving around actively anymore, but... they come this way. Classic Pro at least has a spearman now. So, Chinese still have more resources collected just because of all the early advantages with the extra vills. But long term, it should be pretty even now. If anything, Nikov's resources should rise a bit more. And neither player was able to squeeze in Horse Collar. Would have been maybe doable for Nikov, but he did go for the fast range follow-up, which would have made it difficult. And the skirmishers have obviously done a lot to scare these units away here, so. And a nice job there from Classic Pro. Just tempting Nikov to... Or testing Nikov, rather, to see if Nikov is paying attention, but Nikov always is. But you are now in this predicament where you are up against full, like, Skirm, and Skirm handles the Archer follow-up and the weak man-at-arms. So you either go Scouts here, or you do the rare thing, which is actually additional man-at-arms. And you need the additional man-at-arms to be a surprise in an ideal world, and it's not going to be a surprise because Nikov will see it now. And now that's not actually that big of an issue for Nikov. He kills 2. It's 3 man-at-arms yet again. It just kind of feels like Nikov can do no wrong right now, guys. I said all those positive things about Classic Pro, but he can just not get started here. The score is confusing. That's actually Auto Scout. So if we could get T90 Auto in chat, that is why the score is so high. It's very deceiving. If anything, you think the score would be even, but that's just that dude on Auto Scout scouting the rest of the map, which is potentially helpful long term. Yeah, now the stable for Classic Pro. This is the more expected play. But guys, Nikov didn't see the archers. Nikov did not catch those archers moving this way. He thinks... I think he kind of forgot that archers exist here. I think maybe because the range never showed them. He will have 3 skirms at home, but if the archers have fletching, this could be an issue for Nikov. I like the tower from Classic Pro. I like the walls. Did Nikov see that there? Yeah, he did. He saw it. That's crazy awareness, and he's just going to drop a tower here. Things got far too quiet. Meanwhile, Nikov's hoping to pester the wood line. And I don't think Classicpro knows he's been spotted. Dream scenario for him is he shows up and massacres the wood line. Yeah, but now the skirms are there. Tower looks a little needless now. Realistically, you might not have needed this, but it isn't a game mode where you can use the stone for a second TC. So it's not too bad. It's still helpful. And you can see it help there, and Classicpro's army gets pushed away now. And now Classicpro will show scouts. Nikov sees that, and we might see a lot more. We might see full feudal here from Classicpro. He's not fully walled. There's lots of skirmishers out. I think stopping at 4 scouts could be a mistake here. Really important that he escapes with these archers at the moment. If he can get away with this army and combine it with scouts, it could be really strong. Nikov knows that. Nikov, I think, is almost trying to give him the hill so he can get on the other side. Give himself time to wall this. He's already walled over here. And Nikov also ran back with this army. I don't think Classicpro's archers are going to escape here. This grass is weird looking. Especially the fact that it goes over the edge of the map way more than any other plant. Yeah, look! You guys thought it was crazy when I showed you the other guy. This is what I mean. It's weird, dude. It's weird. You won't see this any other time. I don't know what type of grass that is, but someone's been really fertilizing the area. Fertilizer's going off the edge of the map there. Nice follow-up from Classicpro. I mean, initially it looked horrible. And with the momentum of the game, you were maybe thinking that this would be a very quick one, but if any civ can recover from losing 3 villagers, it would be Chinese. He clicks up to Castle Age faster. He's pushing Nicov off the gold. And Nicov just got the gold he needed to click up to Castle Age, but he won't actually be able to make too much. He has to move to this gold now. And there's still archers back here. He's looking for them. And he'll find them. And those archers, they did everything they could do to not be spotted, but they'll go down. Well, that's a really big deal for Nikov that he has that gold. But I like Classicpro's position all of a sudden. Faster to Castle Age. We'll drop the second stable. Snagging eco upgrades. Now, he's not walled. And usually, a player who's not walled in AoE2 versus a player who's walled is going to have problems. Because the walled player can use the walls to defend and counterattack at will. But I suppose Classicpro doesn't really have... He didn't have the map control to justify it. He can't wall now. That's what Nikov really benefited from. He killed the Vils, but he used all that control to just protect himself here. And scouts and archers will head this way. I don't even think we'll see crossbowmen, though, for Classicpro, so I think Nikov can defend from this. He needs to get a villager there. Ooh, this is actually really dangerous. Yeah, look at him pulling back here. He knows that that army will break through. I mean, dangerous, maybe. Awkward, yes. And now you might actually be tempted to try crossbow because you're getting the archers through. Nikov was going to go lancers here. All right, so a couple step lancers from Nikov. This army gives Classicpro a lot of time. And Classicpro is going to make it directly to that gold. Man, if Nikov had only house-walled that when he had the time. This is such a game changer here. So much focus away from where you want to be looking. And so much pressure on your gold now. Classicpro should kill one Vil. He does. And almost kills another one. And Nikov will have to handle the follow-up. Nikov's not fully walled. There's a hole. So many things are happening that would just tilt me off the planet, like the grass on the edge of the map. It's frustrating. You thought you had a full wall. That was the game plan, and now everything's falling apart. Loses another villager to the archers. And the Knights can actually escape. And Classic Pro will be happy with this. There's been no focus at his base whatsoever. Monks are on the way out now. He'll saturate that gold. He just needs to be ready. He goes through again, bro! Bro! What is like this? Guys, if you wall, you've got to fully wall. I mean... Oh, wait. Oh, it's all part of his plan. No! Oh, there's a hole. Honestly... He's watching sometimes can be tilting. I'm not tilted because I'm biased towards Nikov, by the way. I do really like Nikov. But anytime a player does 99% of the work and that 1% becomes an issue for them, oh, it can be really frustrating. I think we've all been there when playing, but... Man, if this wasn't sudden death, Classic Pro can drop a TC here and this whole area is fine. But this is looking pretty nasty in a sudden death scenario where you can't build a second TC. I like the outpost. Obviously, he needs that. Probably should outpost everywhere, but if Lancers get in, he is in deep trouble. And he wasn't fully walled. In fact, he's still not fully walled. But he could be. And then... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. The Lancers are coming in. Now Nikov needs to be walled. Classic Pro has to dive now. Classic Pro's going to lose this whole eco to this. Nikov needs to be walled. Bro! Bro! Oh, my God. Nikov. Oh, my freaking God. I mean, this is Classic Pro's chance to still be alive because he's losing everything to the Lancers. He has to dive now. I think staying underneath the TC is a bit of an issue, but he's probably looking back at home. Massive damage from Nikov. Can Classic Pro kill more villagers with this raid? It doesn't seem like he's going to be able to kill that much more. Infuriating that there isn't a house there. Nikov's got all these gates if he wants to come and go as he pleases. Maybe a little rusty to start the day. And Classic Pro still has the Knights through. Classic Pro could still kill more villagers, and this could still be a very even game. That was a crazy raid from Nikov, though. Those Lancers just massacred Classic Pro's economy. He's got 3 on wood now. Damage control from Nikov. He'll lose another Vill, but he does wall some of this. And now the Lancers are here. I think the Lancers can probably clear this now. And Nikov should have a pretty nice lead. And the Lancers are really strong with the Jurchens, right? The mounted units and Fire Lancers attack 20% faster. That applies to the Lancers. There's another freaking hole. Oh my God. I don't understand exactly what's happening to Nikov. This could be a sign of things to come. But if you can win this game, then you just tell yourself, settle down. Like, I would have won this game if I would have just walled. It's a very solvable problem, and Nikov actually saves the villager. Wow. Stressful times. He's going to try the same path he took last time. Does Classic Pro have vision over here? He does have Town Watch this time, so he might see that. And Classic Pro is going to see if Nikov's walled again. Oh my God! I can't, bro! I can't! This has been like 6 times in a row. Classic Pro comes to Nikov's base where he should be completely walled. And the units get through. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Oh, and now the Vill count's even. Classic Pro defended as well. I mean, for the love of God, Nikov. Holy crap. Oh. Okay, let's think about this. He's going to place a house there and protect that. Okay, there's still a hole here. You just need to plug this gap here, right here. Come on. Come on, dude. Keep in mind, a lot of Nikov's army count has been skirms, which do not help at all. So, his population's been inflated. Game is very even. Res collected's even. Eco KD's even. Overall KD's very close. 2 relics for Nikov. I think Classic Pro will probably eventually snag some because he did auto scout. He actually missed this. Wow, auto scout failed his job. There is a relic there. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna jinx it this time. The difference between these two players is that one player is walled. Yes! Yes! Finally! One player is walled, the other player is not. And Classic Pro knows what's happening. This has happened a couple times. And he's waiting for this. I think he's going for the relic now. But this will be a heads up. Yeah, now he can bring the knights over. And he also has the monks. Nikov might need to back away here. Ooh, 2 of the monks get saved. But the stone's getting massacred. And, oh man, our Lancer's good in this scenario. More Vil snipes for Nikov. Well played. Classic Pro's not tracking this. Classic Pro's getting baited away. Classic Pro's just following the initial group. And Nikov runs in, and Nikov will kill another monk. 13 villager lead for Nikov. He even tries to go for the monk out of the tower. And now Nikov needs to get out of here. At a certain point, Nikov might consider a switch into Cav Archers or something, but you can't go Knights with this Civ. So you're pretty much stuck on Lancer. Okay, Classic Pro knows he's behind. Classic Pro remembers it's sudden death. And Nikov didn't have a house there last time, so that would be the perfect castle spot. He is going to try a YOLO castle to kill Nikov. Nikov is definitely ahead, but if a castle goes up on Nikov's TC, he will lose. I mean, potentially. Will Nikov notice this? Oh, I love it from Classic Pro. Nikov will immediately come over with everything he's got. Nikov doesn't see it. Nikov sees the monk. He might move that way. And there's the castle. There's the castle. Can he get back home to deny that castle? If the castle goes up, it will range the TC. Nikov doesn't see it. Nikov does see it. Panic time for Nikov. He drops his own castle now. He's bringing the Lancers home to deny this. He's got monks. He's got siege. Classic Pro quick walls. But Lancers can fire over top of some of these walls. There's also the skirms and the rocket cart. 70% for Classic Pro's castle. Nikov's will definitely go up. Will Classic Pro's? 82%. 85%. It's a doubt castle. Amazing job from Nikov there. Amazing job. I mean, if he would have just full-walled his base much earlier, probably a game that isn't as competitive, but that reaction was sick. That was insane. The speed at which he was able to do everything he needed there to respond there. I thought that castle was going up. Also, if you're shaky here and you need to delete this farm when you build this castle, how many people in chat would accidentally click their TC and press delete? Be honest. If you don't have the safe delete option on, I feel as though that misclick is very doable in a high stress moment. So, Nikov takes the first game. I think it's a big win for Nikov. You could tell is maybe a little shaky. Certainly just some small things fell apart for him. To still win this game after all the annoying holes in your walls allows you to feel a little less pressure now. For Classic Pro, I still think it was a solid game. I just think that Chinese are such a tough civ to open in Feudal, and he just never had momentum in Feudal. And that was the difference between the walls being up and not. So, GG. So, we have seen the Spanish dominate on this map many, 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 many times. We've seen this strat where they just go super fast castle and drop the castle on the opponent's TC. That strategy we're probably not going to see. However, Conquistadors have dominated. It is one of, if not the strongest unique units in the game. And you get 2 castles at the start. And yeah, you can make like double Conquistadors, right? Having said that, Classic Pro is up against Saracens. And you're not normally thinking about the Saracen unique unit, but I think Nikov is going to try something funky here. He's definitely trying something funky to move the villager a little bit faster and through the castle. But Nikov is going to maybe go Mamelukes? Right? I think Conquistadors still win there. I could be wrong, but yeah, both these units cost food and gold. Conquistadors outrange Mamelukes, but Mamelukes have more HP, and it could, in theory, be easier to make Mamelukes if you go for the dock and get the food income there. And then also if you maybe use the market. Both players have a really nice gold in the back here. Peter says, T90, maybe you didn't like safe delete when deleting monasteries. Well, my main issue with safe delete as an option was that it would pop up when you would delete foundations. That was so annoying. So if they did make some tweaks, and it sounds like based on what chat's saying, at least they made some tweaks. That's really good. Maybe I'll add it back. I know, like, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who would never use safe delete because the percentage of likelihood that you would make a mistake did not outweigh the annoyance of, you know, when it would affect things you were trying to do, you know? So that's cool. So Nikov goes for the dock in the north. We'll add some fish. Classicpro is probably just thinking that 6 conquistadors can win in the game. I'm inclined to think that that is going to be the case. But Nikov... yeah, you know, Nikov is a master chef. He knows conquistadors are strong. He chose not to ban the Spanish or snipe the Spanish. This would be a masterpiece if he can beat probably the best civ on this map. And go up 2-0. Yeah, Mr. White says pros don't need safe delete. Are you saying that I'm not a pro, Mr. White? Also, that's inaccurate. If I'm not a pro, I've seen Viper delete so many TCs over the years. He was also resistant to safe delete. He didn't have safe delete on for a very long time. I think after deleting a couple TCs, he realized he probably needed to add it, so... 1v1 him, T90? Nah, it's all good. It's just, I just calling him out, that's all. Yeah, Hera's done it. Yo's done it. Yo deleted his archer range. Wait, does safe delete work on an archer range? Because that means Yo doesn't have it on. He had a disastrous delete of an archer range. We actually had Margugu deleting a barracks yesterday. What does safe delete even apply to? That's the thing. It'd be so nice if it'd be customizable. Like, the players actually had a say, but I don't think it applies to normal buildings. Sebastian, yeah, you need safe delete on every building. Sebastian deleted his house. True. Actually, can we have safe delete on everything? I can think of examples of everything getting deleted. I wish we had safe delete for wonders getting deleted in freaking Regicide Rumble, dude. Just so the players would have to think twice about deleting their wonders. I actually think it is on for wonders, but... The Classicpro will be up a little bit faster. He'll have worse economy because of the lack of fish. We see the market. We see the blacksmith. He'll move forward to scout what Nikov's doing. Nikov is man. He's going to build this market. He's going to build this blacksmith. No surprises here. And he can just sell off the stone to get the res to click up, just like Classicpro did. Now Classicpro needs to shift pretty much everything to food and gold to balance this for conquistadors. Oh, this is a classic Twitch chat message. Very, very helpful message. You ready for this? Streamers worse than I would not realize this was a bait, but I'll read it anyways because I respect your game. Amber says, T90, to be perfectly honest, in my humble opinion, of course without offending anyone who thinks differently from my point of view, and by considering each and everyone's valid opinion, without offense, I honestly believe that I completely forgot what I was going to say. I respect it. I respect it. There's nothing worse than that for a streamer. You see this big paragraph, and it starts off legit, and you get 3 or 4 sentences into the paragraph, and you realize it's saying nothing. That's the best way to troll a streamer, but I did catch that. I just thought the chat would think that's funny. Guys, look how paranoid Nikov is about a castle on his face. He built these walls here because he knows that a castle could have fit in there. So he's not fully convinced. Okay, chat. Okay, you're so creative. Get your pastas out of your system. It's fine. Let it go, mods. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, he's so paranoid. He has to respect the forward castle, and he'll find out it won't be that. Nice job from Classicpro. He did snipe a Vil. And he loses a scout, but I mean, you kind of know. Just like we know Chad is going to spam this stupid copy pasta for a couple minutes here. Classicpro knows it's going to be Mameluke, so you don't really need to have the scout. Go ahead, guy. Get it out of your system. Go ahead. Don't be creative at all. Why post anything unique when you could instead just post the same message everyone else has posted before you? All right. Conquistadors are on the way. Now, Nikov has also walled probably to funnel the Conquistadors in towards his castles. Give him a couple extra seconds. And a couple extra seconds are massive here. Let's see. I mean, Mamelukes have 3 range, 8 attack, 100 HP. They also should have some bonus damage against Cav as well. So they will eat the Conquistadors. This would be a masterpiece from Nikov. And Nikov's going to show up to see what Twitch chat has to say, and it's going to be some stupid copy pasta. Thank you, chat. Thank you. I'm glad you got it out of your system. Okay. I mean, Classicpro's kind of fearing these Mamelukes right now. Nikov's micro has been fantastic. He's being patient. But he just has to somehow close the distance on these conks. That's not going to be easy to do. Nikov will be thinking that, whoa, thunder. If the power goes off, there's a storm here. Nikov will be thinking that he can just outproduce these. And, oh, dude. What in the world, man? I mean, that trade is fine for Nikov. That is sick. Like, Nikov has every villager on gold, pretty much. So he's buying food at a rate that Classicpro can't with the Saracen market. And the split micro from Nikov. Remember, he still has the 6 fishing ships. He has not gone for those relics, which some people do. I love the game plan from Nikov. Now, husbandry, bloodlines, all these upgrades are really smart in a different scenario. This is so all in, you can't even justify that. But obviously, that would be pretty huge. And, okay, Nikov got a little too crazy there. That's where you're seeing the power of the conks. I actually think that's what Classicpro needs. He needs to wait till he gets, like, 12 conks and then engage. You can't be engaging before that. Now you're at a point where you're one-shotting the Mamelukes. Why no relics, though, T90? Well, because it's focused, man. Like, you got to build a transport. You got to build the monastery. You got to get the relics. And then you look back and poof, everything's dead. Like, it's so high intensity. You just really don't have time for anything else. If it was 2 players controlling the game, then yeah, you could have 1 player do that. I don't know, man. The Mameluke idea is fun. But, like, can they actually win the game? They can't get close. Like, Classicpro's never going to let them get in close. Mamelukes are ever so slightly faster than a conk, which I've just learned now. So they're 1.4 speed instead of 1.3. I mean, range is kind of important. Oh, is this a masterpiece or a disaster piece? The conks are just so good. This game is the they had us in the first half, not gonna lie meme. I really thought it was gonna work. Oh god. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And props to Classicpro. He has also managed his eco very nicely. He's added farms behind this too. Nikov tried the masterpiece. Against a lesser player, he probably could have made it work. But now Classicpro could just dive. Now he can chase these things down. He doesn't have to be scared anymore. And I don't really remember the cost difference between a Mameluke and a Conquistador, but I don't think there's a massive difference. I'm sure Mamelukes are a little cheaper. This has just been the #1 civ, maybe #2 civ on this map for a reason. I think Bengalis has also been really strong. You start with 2 castles, and it's double unique unit. There's not many civs that can compete with the Spanish here. Mamelukes are even more expensive? Wow, okay. Well, I think this is where the game ends, guys. Classicpro is going to get a win on the board. He can just advance into the gold tier pretty soon. And Nikov knows it, and Nikov tried. He made 26 Mamelukes. There was 21 Conquistadors made, but the Conquistadors just dominated there. And again, this map is not the most diverse map ever. We've seen some crazy things. The real change of approach that you could potentially do is adding the dock and adding more eco. But it doesn't matter how good your eco is if every unit you make just dies. You could have gifted Nicov an extra 10 fishing ships here. He's still dead. You can't make any... You can't make Mamelukes any faster than he did. Conks just kind of dominate, so... well played, Classicpro. We have ourselves a series. Let's go. Now, I think that's cool, though. I think that's cool. Like, the fact that Nikov tried that, in theory, you could see how it could have maybe worked. Yeah, res collected. Even on the food, Nikov had more gold, even had more wood, but just didn't result in enough kills. All right, game 3. Some people will call this map Hideout. Other people will call this map Nerd with Glasses. Other people will call this map Mushroom. Not sure what other people might think, but we've got Hideout. That's the official name. And map, you start with some palisade walls, which keep you very safe, but not safe for long. Obviously, well, especially if they're in Castle Age, they can break through those walls pretty quickly. Burgundians are top tier here. Cheaper and earlier eco upgrades is very strong. But I think the Khitans are... I think they're still kind of busted, honestly. Like, they nerfed the Khitans after release, after it was, like, ridiculous. But they didn't nerf the pastures much. And my take on the pastures is that the food income is still obscene. So I think Nikov's approach in a 1TC scenario is just going to be, you know, YOLO pastures, lots of Lancers probably, just like another game, and lots of Scouts. But he won't have the early eco upgrades that the Burgundians will have. So I think overall it's probably quite even, because, I mean, Burgundians are seen as top tier on every Hideout and Arena-style map. I wouldn't like Khitans on Arena as much, but here you can actually break through the walls. Good point from chat. This actually has been banned a lot. We have not seen a lot of Hideout games. It's actually been very easy to forget that Hideout's even been in the map pool in this tournament. I think this is the first time I've covered Hideout in like 2 weeks. I wonder if Nikov's thinking Feudal Age pressure, or if Nikov is thinking Castle Age pressure. With 2 on wood, that tells me it could be Feudal Age. But we'll see. Cole's card, thanks for the 13 months. Thank you, Ambition. Thank you for the 23. Aaron Baller, thank you for the 9 months. Nanohertz, thank you for the 39. I find that the best way to deal with Lancers... And it's not easy. Like, Lancers from the Khitans is one of the most frustrating things to play against. But I think you have to try and mass, like, Cav Archer style units where you match their mobility and you can outrun them so they can't jump on you. And then you kill them off from range with with the amount of damage that Cav Archers do. I think Cav Archers are great against Khitans. That does get a little bit tricky because Khitans can make skirms really fast too, but at least the skirms aren't like killing you as quickly as like the Lancers and Scouts might. Nikov's actually on gold, so this almost feels like an Archer opening. I wonder if this is the Lance Madness approach where you go Archers to force your opponent into skirms and then you go Scouts? Can you explain why this map's been banned so much? I think people have been pretty receptive to some of these other maps. And I think that they maybe have practiced them a lot and Hideout's kind of figured out. So I don't really have a lot of explanations for you there. Because, like, normally what happens is the new maps are not played as much, and you occasionally see those. And a map like Hideout and Arena, you would see a lot more. Yeah, it could be that there's almost every set has had an underdog and a favorites. And a lot of the underdogs go for the other maps because they're not as figured out, right? So, and in this case, we got two players who are pretty evenly matched, and so they're happy to go for a map that's understood. Here comes Nikov, no loom. Villagers on the way to knock on the door. Classicpro is also going to Feudal Age, though. So he's not going Fast Castle, which I think gives him some opportunities to defend from whatever this is. That's pretty smart. I like that. He's not planning on building military, though. He's just planning on getting the eco upgrades. But he could always delay the economic approach for something else. Now, here's something I learned when I lost to Sorokuma. You can build pastures before a mill, guys. Which is weird to me. Like, I mean, you can't build farms before a mill, but with pastures you can. So I'm wondering if Nicov will actually build pastures before taking the berries. For now, he's going to drop the archery range. And Classicpro is going to see that, and he's going to be like, wait a second. What is he doing? And where's his scout? In a horrible spot. His scout is up here. So, yeah. He can't really see what's coming. He hasn't seen anything next to his walls yet. And now he's going to see the tower. Now, if he counter-towers this, Nikov has him right where he wants him with archers, because he could put the archers inside of his own tower. And tower on the berries is actually really nice. Classicpro will eventually farm, but you kind of need the berries for now. Nikov did get loom. Nikov cannot see the counter tower, but he should be fine. And, yep, now he can put his archers inside. So over time, in Nikov's mind, he'll be in a more efficient position because he'll pull the villagers out to go do something else. And for now, he's just going to take the stone. Yep. Yep, pasture's up. And like I said, if the pasture is OP, why even go for the berries right now? It's all about getting as pasteurized as possible. That's probably not the way to say it, but... And if this was a scout opening, Classicpro could just go for a barracks, add a couple spears, Vil rush this down. But because it's archers, he would have to go barracks and an archery range to go for skirms, and it's really tough. The bug happened again. This is a bug. The towers will just not attack sometimes. And we saw it with Barrows as well. Like, he assumes his tower is attacking, because it always does, right? And now, yeah, now it wasn't. Thanks to Ease in chat. As I said, that happens with TCs. That also happens with castles. So sometimes units will run past a castle, and the castle will just not attack. I'm sure they'll fix that. And then something else will break. I really, like, in general, when someone tower rushes and they then try and take the forward stone, I hate it. You really need, because you're pulling these vills. You never know what's going to happen with these vills. I would have loved for Nikov to have been on stone at home, but that does delay that other aspects of his eco. But he's got 5 archers. He doesn't have 5 idols. And Classicpro has 5 idols. So if Nikov could just continue this tower war for a little bit longer, he'll be loving life. And Classicpro repairing. And now these vills are weak. Nikov has to be really careful here. He loses 1. Almost loses 2. He's going to lose the position here. He does kill the scout, which is nice. I think you have to give up on this and maybe build another tower to try and just break through if you're Nikov. Well played from Classicpro. It's actually very difficult to defend from that. And to get your eco upgrades. And have 0 seconds of TC idle time. But now what? Do you build another tower? Do you stonewall? Nikov could be through in a second. Duke, I'm not really exactly sure how to replicate the bug every time. But in my experience, sometimes my castles and TCs and towers just will not attack initially. Both the times I've seen it today, it's weird because they're attacking and then it just stops attacking. But if I had to guess, it has to do, it like resets the tower's focus when you garrison. Like, I'm not going to go back and diagnose it, but Nikov was hopping in and out. So most likely when he hopped in, it like stopped attacking. Or when he hopped out and then hopped back in, it reset it or something. Nikov sees a tower. Nikov sees the stone walls. And Nikov, I think overall he's actually happy. But he's not in love with his position here. He would have wanted to have more control. Classicpro's defended very nicely. Nikov's got 6 pastures. Not crazy yet, but I mean, once you get up to like 10, this civ feels insane. And this is against Castle Age Wood and Farm Upgrade. Nikov has 1 eco upgrade. 1. And Res Collected's pretty close. He also invested into army. He's had villagers forward. Like, this is some really strong economy for Nikov. And Classicpro with a very oddly satisfying line of houses. But he might need another tower soon to protect this gold. Nikov's coming over here. I don't know what this tower was. But if Nikov had the stone... Man, if Nikov only had the stone for another tower, he could be towering right now and then put the archers inside. Oh, I don't like that tower for Classicpro. Yeah, you can't be in range of these archers here. Nikov's on the way to Castle Age now. Ikido says, strong economy for Nikov. Did you mean to say Classicpro? Look at Nikov's economy. He's on the way to Castle Age faster. He's already on 200 food. Like, he didn't have to use the market. No, I meant Nikov. Like, both players have good economies, but Nikov has actual military. He's got a forward position, and he's up faster. This is insane. Pastures are really strong. And they'll get better as well, because Nikov just snagged the domestication upgrade, so they'll just have more food on them, right? Question for chat. Do you guys feel the pastures are very loud? I don't know if they've adjusted it. I haven't actually played with this civ much since the most patch. I find like when one, I guess, runs out of food or one is added, it's like super, super, super loud. Like in Capture Age, it's fine. That noise. But for me, it's like 4 times louder in game. Okay, some people seem to think it is. Other people no. When is pasture nothing? Oh, I don't know if I could do that, man. Remember, Classicpro doesn't have a scout anymore, so he can't really see what Nikov's doing. And Nikov is currently camping these golds. If Nikov can get Bodcanero, it's very difficult for Classicpro to take gold. Look at the food count for Nikov. That's crazy that he has that much food after clicking up the castle and everything else. Now a siege workshop. I don't know what Classicpro does. I mean, I know what he'll try. I know he'll try a siege workshop or a castle. But being able to freely take all your resources is going to be a problem. Maybe you hope about chopping through there and, like, somehow getting through there with Trebs and taking down the TC. What's important is that this castle needs to range this tower. If this castle doesn't range the tower, I'm not in love with this. But the best unit you can probably make is the Burgundians is on the way out of that castle. And I think Classicpro is just building the barracks so he can build a stable. And just to get husbandry for the Coustilier here. I would love to see Nikov wall this. Just to stop units from being able to freely move that way. But that's like not a focus for Nikov when he's trying to pressure that gold. We need a T90 noise emote for every time he complains about a new sound. It's not... I realize trying to defend myself here makes me sound old. But it's not the noise. It's the volume. Also, new pathing might not allow Nikov to move that rocket cart back. Let's see. I think the villager might actually block it. He doesn't seem too bothered. He's run out of resources to repair. There, the Coustilier. Nikov. Oh, my goodness, dude. That's insane. That's insane. He's quick-walled within his opponent's walls. In the end, though, he might lose his units, and he has another rocket card eject. He would have wanted to keep that in the Siege Workshop. And Classicpro could save the weak units here as well. Get back to the castle. Well played, Classicpro. So we got tiny little army here. Random villagers over here. Couple cav archers here. There's not really a structure for Nikov, as he's switching into cav archers now. I don't hate cav archers, though. I think you get heavy CA in Castle Age, and it's 50% off, so eventually heavy CA is really good. Res collected, even. Classicpro has just done such a nice job the last 2 games. Game number 1, it was just all about early feudal. But previous game, he had a good build-up. This game as well. And the downside for cav archers or any cav for the Khitans is you do not get bloodlines, so they're very squishy. Nikov is not walled at home. He still doesn't have that many pastures. He's got lots of food for only having 5 pastures, but that's what the pastures do. Nikov needs to be spending wood on army. And he's spending some gold on some monks for behind his walls. That's good. I'm wondering if this Siege Workshop will ever play a really annoying role in this game. That is sitting right next to the gold. Also, like, Nikov camping that relic just in case. Close series, guys. The sets today have been so competitive. Like, the previous set took a long time. I think these games are just going to get longer as the tournament goes on. We're pretty close to the end now. We're not seeing that many YOLO games. I think when Duduzu plays, we'll see YOLO games because he's still alive. But, yeah, there's just such good control and economy for these players here. Husbandry is a big upgrade that Nikov didn't have. Now he can start to run around a little bit. And it looks like Classicpro saw the scout. We'll get his first relic. Nikov's about to get his first relic. Very even game. Res collected. Also even. And there's heavy cav archer. Classicpro will have a lot of gold here, assuming the Siege Workshop doesn't do something. So he's got that. Nikov's golds are in the north here. There's then all this neutral gold, but you can't town center it. So it's really tough to actually, like, take those. This is the right move for Classicpro. Master units. Heal up. Nikov doesn't have that many cav archers yet. That's a lot of units, man. Holy cow. He's got 20 of them. So he also sees the score, so he'll feel like he has the lead. Nikov's going to start to pasture big time now. And Nikov might catch a glimpse of that Vil. Classicpro's just outposting there to catch any army that might come through. This is nice for Nikov. Classicpro reacts immediately. That's a crazy reaction from Classicpro. Doesn't even lose a Vil. And now his army's going forward, and Nikov's going to see that. Dude, that's a dangerous army. This army can't be stopped right now. Like, you can hit and run a little bit, but if Classicpro were to bring some siege with it, it'd be dangerous for Nikov. I think Nikov wants Imp. He could go camels as well, but he definitely wants Imperial Age, so he's saving his food for that. But that is a crazy strong army. Remember, this unit has a charge attack, so it's 8 plus 21 for its first hit. Then it's just 8 from there until the charge comes back. Cav archers are on the gold, though. Classicpro hasn't sent anything home to clear this. And he wants to kill Nikov right now. Nikov, he's definitely going to lose some grounds here, but he is dropping a gate. Has some houses, has some heavy CA behind. And is microing down some of the units here. I mean, Nikov will probably win this fight eventually. But he has to hold at home. I would love to see Nikov with more archer ranges. The fact that his one range is forward is such a problem. He only has one range at home. But he's holding. Somehow. He's under so much pressure. This is also pressuring his stone, so he can't take the stone. But Nikov's defense here is crazy good. Also could try and get back to the golds, but Classic Pro's ready. Man, Classic Pro's played this so well. Monks are getting sniped. Classic Pro, I guess, is just happy to be here because if he takes down the range, then he will be through. But he doesn't have the healing power anymore. And Nicov... Oh! Nikov's building more walls. He's still building the gate. He's got a monk. Is Nikov holding right now? Does Classic Pro need to back up? I don't know if Classic Pro's going to break through. Nikov's defense has been crazy good. Another house now? Nikov is just feasting. Classic Pro needs to back away. He needed to back away a long time ago. What a crazy hold from Nikov. Also, still attacking over here. Still running away. Classic Pro is going to go for siege now. Remember, it's sudden death, right? So if he gets the TC, he wins. Nikov will probably loop all his army back to deal with this now. He sees the siege workshop. He knows this is dangerous. Nikov has the resources for Imp. We have a castle from Classic Pro. Classic Pro's going for the kill, guys. But is he going to have the army? The Cav Archers are becoming a huge problem. The Ram needs to freaking move. Move, you stupid-ass Ram. Move. Oh, my God. He's losing everything. No. Oh, I hate it when that happens. That's so frustrating. And Nikov's going to deny the castle now. Oh, God. This went from so good for Classic Pro to so bad so quickly. Nikov will clear up the armies at his base. He hasn't lost a Cav Archer in a really long time. He has the castle denied. And this might be over now. I mean, one player is always going to be Imp faster. So to anyone who says that this is like... Well, I can understand using the throw emote a little bit here. But when you make that many Coustilier, you never go Imp. Because it's all food and gold. And when you have pastures and your units cost wood and gold, you're always going to go Imp. So it is correct from Classic Pro to try and use your Castle Age. But I think he needed more patience. I think staying in there only makes sense when you have the Rams. So maybe he needed to back off a little bit longer. It's like the castle, the Rams, even the Scorpions. All of this was good if it comes out a little bit faster. Big shots here. Or if it's all at the same time. Well, it looks weird. It is weird. But it is better than a castle that gets denied. So, there's that. I mean, it's a little embarrassing, honestly. But hey, it protects the vills. It gives you another production building. Nikov about to be in Imp, though, with Imp upgrades is a problem. What's going on? What's going on with units standing over building foundations? Why don't they move properly? Shouldn't that Cav Archer automatically move if Nikov places a building there? I don't know. I'm sure Nikov will realize it and move the Cav Archer himself. Okay, now, Nikov doesn't have the stone for a castle. Classic Pro is massing petards from this castle. Nikov knows the castle is there and probably needs an outpost. You should have outposts everywhere right now if you're Nikov. Bracers in now, so I think these Cav Archers dominate. And yeah, they do. Nikov is losing some of them. Classic Pro knows he's going to lose this game unless he can take down the TC. I mean, if he keeps Nikov busy here, there's a chance. Right? Nikov's not looking here. You need to mass up like 20 petards, and you need to probably make a ram or something too to distract, and then hope for the best. Oh my God! Or you just mow down the CA. Wow, that's... You actually should stop making petards now. Play normal. That's amazing find. Nikov lost like 12 units here. Damn, I mean, no bloodlines is pretty big, and that charge attack on the Coustilier is insane. Nikov does have 7 units stacked onto one single tile, and there's no way you can engage against that if you're Classic Pro, so that's annoying. But, I mean, yeah, he'll try. Nikov should never move these units. He'll get crazy value. I think you can only have one melee unit engage, which is a massive problem. So it's like one at a time. This became a lot easier on the most recent patch. And it's... Yeah, it's something we could see a lot more, actually, if players really want to take advantage of it. It's really frustrating. Is that allowed in tourneys? Yeah, this would be. This is. Like, stacking, like, multiple units, melee units on one tile is technically not. It's just how the game works. Like, just moving into choke points is how it's always worked, but now it's easier to stack, even unintentionally. Guys, we've got 15 units in this castle. Nikov is going for the kill. He's bringing a castle here. Classicpro's got to go. Nikov does have an outpost. Now, here's a little trick I learned recently. Nikov should actually run in and see how many arrows fire from that. Because if there's, like, full arrows, you know there's a lot of units in there, right? I think that's easy to think about when you're casting, but Nikov doesn't know what that flag means. That could be one unit. And he's going to make Trebs now, and he's going to make his move. Nikov. You need to keep a very close eye on this. Nikov. No. Nikov, go home. Nikov, go home. Run. That's a lot of petards. Nikov. Oh, my God. Classicpro's keeping him busy. Nikov, no. No, the petards are on the way. He sees it. I think he's dead, guys. I think he's dead. His army's on the way back. It's too late. Classicpro's gonna do it. He takes down the house. Classicpro. Let's go, dude. Classicpro wins. That is sudden death. That is sudden disaster. Another amazing come from behind game in this tournament. Let's go. Who judged the castle? Not me. Not you either, chat. Who judged this castle? This castle was perfect. Oh my goodness. And from Nikov's perspective, he was very busy. If Nikov would have been taking better engagements, I think he would have been able to think about this castle a bit more, but he was working really hard to win some of these fights. Classicpro is still taking some nice fights. Wow. And the key there from Classicpro was he waited to the last second. Right? He didn't go with 10 petards or 5 petards. He waited till he had... No, he made 12 petards, I guess, in this game. And he really waited until Nikov was about to go for the kill shot. Damn. But, again, it's just like there's levels to this stuff, right? There's these tiny details. Nikov didn't think that this had a lot of units in it. And as weird as it sounds, if you move in and you get close to the castle, that will fire a ton of arrows, which should alert you then to the fact that there's a lot of units in there. I think in Nikov's mind, he didn't forget about the castle. He might have even thought that there were petards in there, but he just never thought that they would work because it was such a long distance. So, the chat's saying it won't. I'm pretty sure petards add extra arrows, right? I thought petards add extra arrows. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that detail's wrong. Either way, I think Nikov was thinking that he needed, or Nikov was feeling that he could always notice it and just have a couple cav archers finish it off. Only range units in Vills? What? Really? Are you sure? Petards don't add any arrows? 0? Really? None? I will occasionally test my audience to make sure you guys actually pay attention. I'm not sure if people even hear me speak, because the rumors are people just nap to my content. So, congratulations. Pat yourselves on the back, because you guys were actually paying attention and actually didn't fall asleep. Nikov fell asleep a little bit. Here we go. Crazy game from Classicpro. This tournament has delivered. And now Nikov needs to win 2 straight to move on. We have the Bengalis for Classicpro. I feel as though he has a masterpiece plan here. I think he might be going for the good old Phosphoru, guys. Why else pick Bengalis here? And Nikov's gone for the Mayans. Nikov wants to lane. And Nikov is ever so slightly tilted right now, okay? He can't believe he just lost that game. There's nothing more dangerous than Nikov after he's just been boomed in sudden death. You start with an extra Vill with the Mayans, and you normally get Loom with it, and he brings the villager forward, and he says, thank you. And he notice the lack of hesitation. Is there a risk there? Absolutely. But is it worth the risk if you get it? Absolutely as well. And Nikov is going to run away with the boar. Classicpro knew the boar was there and clicked the villager onto the boar. And the villager's just still following. Could also just have the arrow out, or the bow and arrow out, because it was tasked to take the other boar. Will Nikov try and bring in this boar on the way back? That's actually pretty critical, so it doesn't get stolen. He's not going to do that, but he sees that Vill, and he's going to bring it in with another villager. And so, boar check. Nikov has a boar here he hasn't taken, but so far he's got at least 2. And Classicpro has to be very, very careful. But this is huge, because I think the play for Nikov, or rather Classicpro, is Fast Castle. And if you don't have your food, that is no longer an option. I would assume that he was considering going to Stone and the back gold and Fast Castle into a castle drop. So Nikov brings his eagle, he brings his villager. He's definitely ahead right now. He's ahead by that Vill. He knows that boar is something Classicpro needs, and he is not going to let this happen. And he's not going to let the villager or scout escape either. So well played from Nikov. And yeah, he takes the boar. Now he does take a risk here. Okay, he kills the scout, he loses the villager. He could have gone home with the weak villager, but assuming he blocks with this eagle and stops Classicpro from quick walling, he could also kill this. Classicpro's an amazing quick waller. You've got like a half second, and he gets it. Yeah, in that period of time after the unit strikes, you have a moment. But Nikov has 3 boars. 3 boars. Your resources last longer with the Mayans. He's also got 1 million turkeys. Classicpro's got, I mean, not a lot. And then he doesn't have the scout to push the deer. He is shooting these deer, which is kind of funny. I don't know what Classicpro does here, guys. He's also going to get housed. He's going to forget he needs a house here as well. That's so bad. He's going to be down another Vill because of that. Yikes. Oh, that's so rough. Yep, can't produce villagers. It just has not been a smooth type of game. And I think Nikov will know that these deer are needed. Nikov will just go shoot these deer real quick. And now I would say you got 2 options. Fast Feudal from Nikov is good. I actually don't hate Fast Castle. Fast Castle Crossbow is maybe very doable here. You have a pretty safe gold. You have more than enough food. Your opponent will struggle to go Feudal Age. You have cheap walls as well. Look at me. Are you pushing it with the Vill? He's not just going to kill it. He's gonna take it back home. Give this deer a name. It's actually really tough to do. Oh, and the villager, the weak villager, Nikov kills it, bro. Man, I don't care if the tournament rules tell me I should. I'm never killing Nikov's TC in sudden death. Unless it's the final game of the series. Because if you do that to this man, he is going to lame you so freaking hard. The rest of your day is going to be hell. Obviously, I'm joking. This is exactly what Nikov should do. Classicpro did the right things. But Nikov, I mean, he's angry. He's going crazy, man. He played it perfect here. Just perfect. Meanwhile, Classicpro is like, can I please get some food to go Feudal Age? Walking out for 1 more deer. Is adding some farms. And Nikov is going to wall the whole freaking map. So, I mean, the tally is he stole a boar. They both lost a Vill. He killed the scout. He stole sheep. He stole a deer. This is... The laming game plan has been perfect. The only thing that Nikov needs now is he needs a palisade wall there. If he were to forget that that's the enemy wall, that we could have a very funny scenario on our hands. And I like funny scenarios, so I'm kind of hoping that he forgets it, but I think he'll notice it. That is not your wall, Nikov. That is an enemy wall. It'd be hilarious. Classic Pro still can click up to feudal. Nikov does click up. I don't think fast castle's doable on this. He's committing a lot of villager time to wall. But he could just go archers. We'll see. Classic Pro is farming a lot and will not receive any pressure because he's also walling. So he'll also get the additional vills when he makes it to each age, so Big Allies can recover from the losses. Nikov. Nikov. That is not your wall. I need you to notice this, because if Classic Pro sees this, he can delete that wall and run in. Guys, this could be a really bad afternoon for Nicov. Classic Pro has the chance to do the funniest thing, man. Nicov is actually going to be set up to go Castle Age pretty quickly. I think he's going to build a market here, which is why his vills are just hanging out, getting the food. Maybe he builds the blacksmith on that side of the palisade and the market here. Yeah, he's hanging around to do something. Okay, he'll wall it up. Nikov. Nikov, please notice that's the enemy wall. Oh, God. That's so freaking funny, man. Nothing's gonna happen, right? I'm sure this won't be an issue, but it could be. And the fact it could be is enough to keep us on the edge of our seats right now. Classic Pro is on the way to feudal. Classic Pro probably won't even notice this. And Nikov is just needs the food here, and he shifted everything onto stone. He wants a castle. There's actually a chance. Now, Nikov lost his scout, so it's unlikely. But there's a chance Nikov could just walk out of his walls and castle drop here. And just to take the relics away from Classic Pro. Res collected, similar. Classic Pro is not on stone. That was my expected play from him, but I don't know if he can do it now because he doesn't have the food to go up, so I think he needs to actually sell his stone and buy food. It's really bad. Oh, and Nikov noticed. Oh, thank God. That's so funny, though. That's so funny. Oh, wait. Ooh. Okay. Sneaky, sneaky. So I think Nikov's considering that forward castle, and he wants to walk forward here. Just build an outpost to get some vision to see if this is possible. Because you've got 3 relics for each player. If Nikov can deny those relics from Classic Pro, that would be pretty huge here. Walking forward. There's the outpost. Classic Pro won't see that Vill. Why is he not finishing the wall? I mean, it's fine. It blocks the opening. You have time to react now. It's fine. There she goes. Building another outpost. Getting a little bold here. Are the friends going to join in the party? All right. I mean, it's looking like a pretty good castle spot, but you'd have to have committed to bringing the villagers forward already. I think you just have to go defensive now. It would take so long. By the time you get forward, it could be trouble. Especially because Classic Pro sees you. Yeah, Nikov will drop the castle there. That's a good play. It's less exciting for you guys, but that's a good play. Smart play from Nikov. Walking across the map is far too risky right now. And it's nice now because he can see whatever Classic Pro is going to do. I think Classic Pro is going to go like Siege and Monks. Like, what else can he try? It has to be Siege and Monks. If it's not Siege and it's not Monks, I will eat my shoe. Because there's no other option. Not that I do that. Classic Pro also could have brought a villager and attacked this Vill. And so, oh God, we got 4 monasteries. I like I said, straight monks, straight monks, straight monks. But yeah, he has to respect the fact that there could be eagles. And so never attacking that Vil tells me he's worried this is like eagles only? Eagle siege or something? And it's not. And Nikov can see the monasteries. He can't see all of them. Classicpro's pretty insane with monks. And plumes are not very good against monks. They have very low attack. Bengali monks are very strong. So I think this is winnable for Classicpro. And let's not forget, Classicpro recovered the Vil losses with the Bengali bonus, has the villager lead now. Nikov. Relic Heist. He's going to get out of there as quickly as possible. And these monks might not have a hat, but they're just... They value that relic just as much, and they're... Not that we judge bald people on this stream, but you know they're now relicless and they're also hairless. So, but you're gonna gain some outposts. That's not too bad. See, he went redemption. I guess he was expecting siege. But now 4 relics for Nikov. Is it worth it for Nikov to delete the outposts? It's probably not. Probably not, because the monks waste their conversion on the outpost, and now Nikov can come in with the plumes. And now Classicpro regrets this. But now Classicpro still has 2 more monks. And they're Bengali monks, dude. Hey, that's 2 conversions. It's not horrible. But I guess killing 2 monks makes that worth it in Nikov's mind. Against monks, you just need to slow down the snowball. And yeah, Nikov needs to be careful. Really careful. And he needs to boom. He needs to add eco. They need upgrades. This game will go for a very, very, very long time. I think monks in the hand of a capable player destroy here. At least until the plumes get up to like 20 or something. And Bodcanero. I love this from Nikov though. Going away from the middle is very smart. And he's fortunate there. So now he'll aim to raid the woodline on the back. Do monks keep armor if converted? Yeah, a converted unit will keep the properties it had when it gets converted. So that obviously applies to a bunch of different types of units. Mayans don't have very good monks. Nikov is moving forward here. He needs to back away. But it might have been a bait. It might have been a distraction there. He kills the villagers. Classicpro does react right away, but it wouldn't surprise me if Nikov actually moved forward, so Classicpro's attention was not on his woodline. It's a really nice position. I think that's the best position Nikov could have gone into. Oh, and I know what Nikov's going to do. I know what Nikov's going to do. Freaking finally, bro. Nikov and I have talked about this. He's going to siege tower. For those that watch the Viper Dobbs set, I talked about it nonstop when Dobbs had crossbows. You go siege tower. They're super cheap right now. And you roll right up to those monks. And you hop out to murder them all. However, Classicpro has redemption. And Classicpro could convert the siege tower when next to it. It's a lot of pressure. This is a lot of monks. Siege tower is on the way. Nikov should not engage before. Watch. Watch this, guys. This is going to be so crazy. Classicpro is going to freak out. I don't know what you do against it. It's very difficult to deal with because you can't convert from range. Yeah, look. You can't convert it from distance. And you can't get away from it either. And then the plumes can hop out and massacre the monks. And then right when they start to get converted, back inside. And now back out of the siege tower again. You repeat that cycle, you kill everything here. Okay, back inside. Okay, well, he's not back inside. Yeah. It's really good. He doesn't even need it anymore. Classicpro, he couldn't leave because the siege tower was rolling into town, and he had no clue what to do against that. And that is how you can beat monks right now with archers, but also with infantry. And you have to respect it. Look, there's one plume in there, and he's terrified of a siege tower. Whoop! This is a masterpiece. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, so like, I don't know, a year or two ago, siege towers could be converted from max range. And that was one of many reasons why no one really used the siege tower against monks. This looks weird. It feels like a meme, but this is meta, at least in this tournament right now. Yeah, and even the scorpions, right? Like, siege do so little against these. What a stupid game this has become. Okay, now Nikov back in the tower. They will have to nerf siege towers. No joke. Now he tries to convert it, but the tower's rolling away. Now he's back out. He's back in. He's back out. Okay. There are scorpions here, though. Nikov has to be careful. Get back in your tower. Oh. Forgot about the tower for a second. Uh-oh. Forgot about the tower. Lots of siege, lots of monks, couple conversions. Still a game. Nikov was maybe looking over here. I'm not too sure, but you can't put monks in siege towers, to anyone who's wondering. You cannot do that. Monks at home from Classicpro. It becomes very difficult to focus in different areas when you're playing with monks. And he's been found by the plumes. And Nikov knows the other monk is there immediately. Focus fires that one. Focus fires that one as well. That's so good for Nikov. His wood line is being raided, though, by the plumes that he donated to the enemy. And there's also a push coming in towards his gold as he's going to build a second castle. This could get really bad. This could get really bad for Nikov. Those scorpions, and there's a mangonel, could deny the castle. Siege tower is just going to roll in as a distraction. I'm not really sure what that does, but it's blocking the way. And Classicpro is on the way in. Nikov's castle 60%. That's going up, though. And actually, Dessaster for Classicpro. He'll try and escape. And the siege tower will block the pathing a little bit here. And, I mean, the scorpions will never make it out. The plumes now come in. Oh, what a clear up from Nikov. And the siege tower actually survives. The siege tower actually survives. Damn. I mean, economically, Classicpro's still in this, but maybe now you need to switch out of monks or something. Nikov's eco got really disrupted by these plumes in the back. And all the pressure there from Classicpro. I mean, Classicpro's not out of this game if he was able to win the previous one. The previous situation looked worse than this. But now he has to go past 2 castles. What's the most effective against the siege tower? You would want melee units. So, like, going knights is good because you do... They have really high pierce armor, so they're good against, like, arrow fire. And obviously, they're good against monks. And galleys can't make knights. But they, like, triple buffed siege towers. They made them cheaper. I don't know if they triple buffed. Maybe chat can remember. I thought there was a double buff, but the main thing for me is just the cost. What about a mangonel? No, siege does, like, nothing to them, so... It's actually crazy. They have 100 pierce armor and very tanky. That's a good question. If you convert the siege tower when it's full... you don't get the units inside. The units hop out. So it's different than a transport ship. Yeah, here goes the siege tower. Sees your castle and doesn't give a crap. Don't get trapped, though. Okay. Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Hope you have murder holes. This is maybe a little ambitious for Nikov. But I respect it anyways. I don't think he knew the castle was there originally, and now he's going to back away. He wants to go up to the Imperial Age. But guess who else is going to go up to the Imperial Age? Classicpro. Classicpro's eco behind everything has been insane. He just needs to wait for Wheelbarrow to complete, and he clicks up. He still has a real issue taking wood right now. And Nikov probably did the smart thing and just slapped a bunch of vills onto wood and built a tower back there. Because these plumes are still running around. Nikov has 2 castles. It's only 1 for Classicpro. So Classicpro can't make trebs as consistently as Nikov. And you might not like it, guys, but Siege Tower is meta right now for the correct players. And Nikov and I have discussed this over the last 2 weeks. And Nikov, if he's paying attention, can feast on these villagers right now. I think he's looking over here. He may also be looking over here. He may also have been reacting to the plumes in the back. There's a lot happening. Nikov missed that. Oh, Classicpro, please realize and build a mining camp so your villagers don't walk back. Nikov still doesn't see it. Oh, but the vills are walking back. The vills are walking back. Nikov should feast off here. Go, go, go. Eat. Nikov. He's looking everywhere, but not his freaking tower. Okay, he sees it. He sees it. And he'll kill a couple of vills. And then he sees the monks, and we know what he's going to do against the monks. He could roll right towards them if he wants to. Classicpro's been insanely resilient today. Like, how much damage have these plumes done? It's crazy. The fact he's been able to get back up to 14 monks, the fact he's basically had more food eco than Nikov this whole game is impressive. The lame would have killed me. The fact that he's recovered here is a testament to his skills. But 35 plumed archers, it might not feel like it because they're all spread out, but 35 plumed archers is a lot. Nikov really needs the ballistics upgrade. But there he goes with his plumes. He's making trebs. He wants to focus down this castle right now. And soon, Classicpro runs out of gold. He will need to go to the outside for gold. He has no other option once this gold is gone. And what do monks cost? Gold. He spent so much of it. Classicpro wants conversions. He will convert one plume. The taxi is back. Nikov in and out again. Now, there is a hesitation. They actually were aware of how strong siege towers were even before, and the units don't insta-fire when they hop out of them. So it's kind of tough to use. Nikov back in the tower. And is he scared? Nope. He doesn't have Bracer yet. Wait for Bracer. And now go back in. He's looking over here now. He's raiding. He's maybe looking at his trebs now too. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. God can't beat the siege tower. That's so stupid, dude. He's just annoying him. He's not even attacking right now. It's so funny. It's so funny. And now he's got the trebs here. And now the siege tower's back. Now he's out. Now he's actually attacking. Oh, no. Quick, back inside. Roll the way. It's so stupid, dude. It's so stupid. It's so strong. Finally, we have like a really top player doing this. I guess we've had other people trying it as well, but this has been a great example of how insane this is. Because the conversion resets. Whoop, back inside. Back inside. Nah, he doesn't need to. He could have gone back inside, but he doesn't need to. The trebs are doing the job here. The mangonel will take down the trebs. He has more plumes coming, and Nikov ties it up. Wow. So, I mean, game number 2 could have been really tilting for Nikov. Or what was it? Game number 3, I guess, right? Like, that was a game that it felt like he was going to win. Classicpro had some epic plays and got it done. Nikov responded perfectly. I mean, the siege tower stuff is super cheesy and ridiculous. But the lane was great. The castles were great. It did get a little hectic. Classicpro still played a really solid game. But we've got game 5 coming up, boys and girls. And it should be a banger. Great KD there from Nikov. Without that siege tower, he is never able to move out as freely with his army, and the monks could have accomplished a lot more. That tower was the MVP of the game. And, yeah, it's tough. Only monks. The power of the monks, of course, is the range. It's really hard if you don't have any units to actually engage against the tower. I guess he did try with the siege at a certain point, but the scorpions did very little damage to it. And at one point, Nikov also repaired that tower, too. It was very weak. So, it's wild stuff. All right. So, game number 5. It's been a really close series. And we have a map that can produce some pretty wild shenanigans compared to some of the other ones, right? I think the last two maps usually don't see craziness, but we actually have. We had Petards in Game 3. We had, like, the Siege Tower Game 4. This series has really delivered. Maybe one of the best sets we've seen this week. Nicov has the Portuguese. I love the Portuguese because of all the different ways you can play them. You can play organ guns. That's strong. You can play monks. That's strong. You can play navy. That's strong. You can play eco. That's strong. Like, Portuguese have no weaknesses, really. They have 0. Koreans are good at a couple very specific things, but they are different specific things. So it could be navy, could be towers, could be like spears and skirms and archers, right? So you have the fish in the middle. Most players are taking the fish. Whether or not they fight for this water control is kind of a long-term decision. There's 30,000 food here, so that'll last forever. But it's very, very exposed. What do I think is good here? You see, I think Koreans are good against Nikov because the last time I remember Nikov playing this map, he went archers. And Koreans being able to just play tower defense versus that, or like their own archers, which are cheaper, or skirms, is really solid. Koreans also have cheaper ships. Yeah, Koreans are good here. So here's kind of how I see the map. Tell me if this is helpful or just confusing, but hear me out. I think going feudal age water dies to fast castle all in monks. I think going a mix of water and land beats going all in monks. I think going like just land dies against fast castle unique unit. I think fast castle unique unit beats straight water if you build the castle in the middle or on their face. All I'm trying to do here is not confuse you. I'm trying to point out how coin flippy it is because you don't really know what they're going to do and you don't have any intel on what they're going to do either. So it's very rock, paper, scissors. That's probably better than coin flip because there's multiple options. Having said all that, I think that's why I like the Portuguese because there's a little bit more guessing games on what the opponent can do. But yes, we have a pause right now. Yes, no actual coin flips available in chat, sadly. So, but I think a very big thing that's going to happen once this becomes unpaused is they're both going to try and dock, and this could have a huge swing in the game. They will both have their scouts there, and they will both try and deny the enemy dock. They're both going to be here. Are they talking to the admins about how the river is a weird shape? I don't think the admins would tell them that they can restart because the river is a weird shape. That just happens. It doesn't actually have a big effect on like the balance of the map. However, you could argue it could be better for a Civ who really likes to push on land because they're closer together now. So let me double check to see if they've actually paused. Classicpro said in game something went wrong 1 minute. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Maybe it's probably outside of the game. Maybe his neighbor started to steal his Wi-Fi again, and he has to go knock on the door and say, stop that. Maybe Classicpro is playing from a local restaurant, and the person stealing the Wi-Fi is the guy who admitted he was stealing Wi-Fi from a local restaurant in our chat yesterday. Yeah. There's someone who's been apparently not paying for internet and using their local restaurant's internet for the last 6 months. But they are a customer. They do eat there. And apparently they enjoy the food as well. So don't hate the player, hate the game. They just added a password. They changed the password. That'd be funny. They changed the password on the connection. Well, I kind of said everything I wanted to say. I had this perfectly planned out. There was about 7 minutes of strategy speculation before certain things would have to happen for me to talk about the next step. And now I'm at 0%. So, chat, you help me out. Ask some questions. Give me some ideas, possibly. Oh, wait. There's a boar here. Wait a second. Hold up a second. Wait a second. Whoa, where's that boar going? Wait, what? Is Classicpro talking to an admin right now? Where was this boar? Okay, so the boar was just here the whole game. Wait a second. Oh my freaking god! It left his base when he was letting in a deer. And then it eventually like tries to go back in, but it can't make it, and so it goes all it goes all the way over here. Does he see this? Tell me it walks into the darkness. Bro! Wait, where did he pause? I mean, okay, if he looks right now. I don't know if that's what went wrong. But that's a weird scenario, man. That's super unlucky. I've never seen that before. So boars have like a wandering range. Well, they'll move side to side. So I guess it was supposed to spawn here, and it tried to wander to the outside. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look, it's walking away. It's trying to go. It's trying to go the other way. Where's it going? Bro. Okay, Classicpro says something went wrong 1 minute. Nikov says, is your map bugged? Classicpro says, my boar is bugged. Ask admins. Bro, this boar is trying to come back to... It's trying to come home, and it's gone the whole way around. I'm guessing the admins told him you have your boar. But would I even look there? I mean, there's other things to worry about, right? He's got to get his dock. Oh my god. It's coming back again? If Nikov sees this, Nikov could steal it. Oh my god, bro. This is so unlucky for Classicpro. Wait. Actually, it's fine. It's fine. Problem solved. What on earth was that? It ended up working out that his villager was in the right place at the right time. The AoE gods corrected their mistakes. What? What was that? Damn, dude. That's wild. That is crazy. The funny thing is, guys, the boar doesn't come back if he doesn't delete this wall. Because the only reason the boar came back is because it had a path to go home. Wow. Well, I think that deserves to be a video on its own later. As for what happens in the rest of the game, we'll see. It could have delayed Classicpro's build a little bit. But I think it's somewhat manageable. Unfortunately, it could delay his feudal age time if you wanted to go fast feudal. Damn. That boar was like the prodigal... It was the prodigal boar right there. Left home, did whatever his parents told him not to do, came back, decided to be a good piggy. All right. A Classicpro's up. Nikov is up. 3 fish for both. Critical to mention that Koreans cannot make demos. So you can't demo fires. You also can't demo the fish, which is a common strat. So if Koreans are going Navy, I actually think you should go full galleys. Which means you'll probably lose your fish initially unless you bring your fish over to the shore fish, which is an option. But this could be a lot of boats. And then Nikov is going to combine land and water here. But again, it's you don't really know. Can it work? Yes. Will it work? It depends. Nikov will most likely lose water because it's triple dock commitment from Classicpro. But like, I don't think Classicpro can actually make ships out of 3 docks long term. Not if he's pressured on land. And ooh, that hole has just been plugged. Guys, if you win water, you are right next to your opponent's TC. Imagine having galleys here. You can transport. You can build a siege workshop. You can castle drop there. Like, it's a lot of investment, but it can work really well. Nikov just looking with his scout there. We'll see the second dock. So he'll know that it'll be a pretty big investment for Classicpro on water. And he's not taking Classicpro to his archers here. He doesn't want Classicpro to know. I think he's going to tower here, which is a smart play. If you tower, the only way it doesn't go up is if his opponent goes for fire. Galleys. But it's actually full fires. This is a nice play from Nikov. Because you're going to lose water probably. You don't want him to have that fish. And Classicpro is going to Vil Rush this. He wants to stop the tower because he doesn't know. Oh my god, and he doesn't know it's archers because the scout got brought in. Nikov saved his scout. He lured Classicpro in. And now there's villagers. Yeah, look, they were on the move. Sorry to move around so much. They were on the move until they saw the archer. So, yeah, that's why you can't just go tower and navy. Villagers would have rushed that down. Now the archers scare the villagers off. Score is going to get really deceiving here because score is going to imply that Classicpro has his big lead. But, like, is he benefiting from the navy right now? I'm not so sure. Archers for now are just being sent into the tower. Nikov is going to load up some demos from this dock. And Nikov has a mill on berries now. Classicpro's doing the same. We have to pay attention to their food ecos. This is nice, though. If you could, in theory, fish trap with these, that is still making use of the fishing ships. Funny thing, but Classicpro can actually hit the tower because it's his own dock there. If that was Nikov's dock, it would block. The tower's still able to hit all the fires, and Nikov still has the dock up. Wow. Just pay attention to resources collected. That feels pretty critical right now, right? Nikov doesn't have the fish. Nikov just poked down the fire. Classicpro scout died to the spearman as well, so the spearman's done a lot. Nikov hasn't actually tried to push with archers here, but he wouldn't do much because Classicpro could tower and Classicpro also could add his own archers. Nikov loses his scout. So both players are scoutless here in Game 5, and scouting has been critical on this map. Outposts, again, become so valuable just to know what the opponent's doing. Classicpro's repairing the fishing ships? Oh, no, he's repairing the fire galley from 5 tiles away. That's a really long distance to repair. Okay. And now he's adding some skirms. He's transitioning into farms. The Navy and Castle Age is going to be really, really strong. For now, it doesn't accomplish much more, and Nikov comes in with the demo. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me. Bam. It doesn't really done too much. But he will get both of these kills, so that's decent. Does Nikov see the archer range? He does not. But he sees the barracks, which should imply an archer range has followed, so I think he's fine. He also is in a close enough position to retreat back to his tower. We'll see how quickly Nikov reacts here. He's looking here right now. He sent the village forward, and he sees it immediately. Nikov doesn't have many farms, though, guys. He only has 4 farms. Classicpro... Well, Classicpro has 5. Never mind. I saw Nikov's wood, and I just kind of expected him to spend that a bit faster. Still has a lot to focus on. The archers go into the tower. The tower that's now been walled in. Because now Classicpro could try and rush this down. There's an argument for Classicpro to come tower that tower. And as my Twitch chat is being incredibly responsible and adult-like, I know my analytics. I know that you guys are not freaking teenagers anymore. We see a second dock for Nikov to try and come back on water, which seems doable. It seems doable. He just needs Castle Age. They both need the market big time. Nikov is selling and buying and selling and buying. I'm not sure about me coming out with the archers. I think it would have been better to keep the archers inside the tower. And there is a demo in there for Nicov. And Nikov's on the way up, but so is Classicpro. Man, this is so close. I'm really happy that Classicpro's board didn't actually disrupt his possibilities here. That would have been bad. Just wondering, like, what can Nikov do now? There's the threat of the turtle ships from the Koreans, which is really awkward. The 3 fish traps are going to be an advantage for him. Classicpro has more docks. Classicpro can build a tower against any, like, siege pressure. Classicpro actually has the stone for a castle soon as well. It's not going to be easy, man. And Capture Age crashed. And I think we have to catch up a little bit. Transport for Classicpro. 17 villagers in the transport for Classicpro. He is on the move, but Nikov could see this, and Nikov could kill the 17 vills. Nikov could win the game right now. Does he see that? Does he see that? He's got a lot more boats than Classicpro's aware of. Nikov sees it. Nikov pops out. Nikov pops out. The transport. The villagers make it out. And there's the castle. Horrible for Nikov. Horrible for Nikov. If that castle goes up, it's game over. A castle cannot go up. All hands on deck for Nikov to deny this. The demo will go off. It won't go off. It will go off. It won't go off. The castle's going up. Nikov is going to counter castle. He doesn't know what else to do. It's over. I think it's game over. Nikov's castle is going to just get completely denied by Classicpro's castle. Classicpro's going to win. Wow. Classicpro, that was such a risk, dude. That was such a risk. If Nikov actually popped out with all of his boats, like, had he seen it, right? He didn't see it. He would deny that transport from ever getting in close. Nikov could have won the series right there, but Classicpro gets rewarded for the risk, man. And let's not forget the Petards earlier in the day winning the game that was probably lost on Hideout. Damn. That's why the water's so important. But let's go back. Like, Classicpro had to be a little sneaky there. I want to see what Nikov could see. Look at the difference in the Navy count. I guess it's not that significant right now. Let's wait. Nikov's building more, though, and Classicpro's not. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There. See, like, he hid that. He put that there instead of running through the middle because Nikov would have had an idea. Now, if Nikov did see that, he could, in theory, eject here and send everything at the transport ship, but he just doesn't see it in time. I think he sees it right here. Like, right there, he sees it. And then he ejects, and then he tries to block a castle foundation. Honestly, Nikov is one house away, like right here, from winning the game. Because if he had a building blocking that castle foundation, he can still do the same thing with his own castle against any tower, and a lot of Classicpro's villagers are trapped. Classicpro will lose all water control because he won't have Navy anymore. Oh, man. Talk about high risk, high reward for Classicpro. What a series, man. And guys, this tournament continues to deliver in terms of upsets. At the start of the day, we had Lewis and Barles. I felt like the games were going to be close, but I did feel as though like maybe Barles was the favorite there. Lewis was able to get the job done. Here, I thought Nikov was the favorite, and Classicpro was able to get the job done. Love to see it, man. Let's pull up the bracket. Let's talk about the upcoming sets, but I do feel for Nikov, man. Because Nikov won't care about this game. Nikov will care about the game where he died to Petards on Hideout earlier. So who's going to freaking win this tournament, man? Because everyone you consider a favorite is just getting knocked out, it seems. I guess except for Yo so far. Except for Yo, except for like, I guess maybe Hart. All right, here's the schedule. So, we have our quarterfinals locked in. It will be Yover's Heart. Yover's Heart, this quarterfinal. Maybe one of few that you could have predicted if you saw the bracket a couple weeks ago. That'll be a fun one. In the other quarterfinal, we will have Lewis. Lewis has taken down some good players in this run. Lewis will be up against Sebastian, who's looked very strong as well. Sebastian's taken down Jordan and Veleza, very good. Lewis has taken down Valis and Barles, also very solid. Next quarterfinal is Sorakuma against Classicpro. Damn. Classicpro's had a great run. He's won the past 2 sets, 3-2. So it's been close. And then you had Sorakuma beating, well, I guess the important one. I guess since it's my stream, he beat me, but whatever, that's nothing. He beat me high and he beat Margugu. Margugu is also the one who took down ACCM, so no slouch. And then Duduzu took down Antagonist. Antagonist had taken down Vinchester. Duduzu's in a quarterfinal. By far the biggest moment for him in his very short tournament career. He's super fun to watch. He's super YOLO. He'll be up against Freakin' Andy after Freakin' Andy took down Niaz. And again, Viper lost to Niaz. So it has been a tournament of upsets. And that's probably what John Slow wanted, right? Like, John Slow's the host of this tournament, and he probably, every time you see sudden death or a crazy game mode, you want the game mode to deliver, and you want craziness to work, and it's working. So it's been super fun.